All right, welcome to the back nine of the FPO coverage of round 2 from the Dynamic Discs Open presented by Dynamic Discs. We'd like to thank the Disc Golf Pro Tour for providing us with more disc golf again. It's been a while since we've competed, so we're excited to be back. And GK Pro for coming out and filming the women. We really appreciate it. So we're looking forward to this back nine coverage. We had a good front nine, lots of birdies, lots of bogeys, definitely enjoying the not a lot of wind and the calm conditions. So we're excited to attack the back nine. On the card today we have Paige Pierce, Kona Panis, myself, Paige Shue, and Rebecca Cox, and I'm joined with
Erica Stinchcomb
for the commentary. So we're excited to see the back nine. There's a lot of birdie opportunities and a lot of moving to be done.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm sure it's exciting to have some disc golf back. There's so much coverage out there to watch from this weekend, so thank you for your support.
Absolutely. So we'll get right into it. Hole 10. This hole is 402 feet, par 3. It's actually birdieable. It plays mostly downhill, so there's only two dangerous parts of the fairway, I guess, and that's off to the right. That tall grass is going to be out of bounds, and then there's a golf fairway to the left. So kind of a tight fairway, but most of us are going to keep it in bounds even if we do make some mistakes. But it's definitely birdieable, and it is on an elevated basket. So I'm stepping up, trying to read the wind. If it's a tailwind, I feel really confident attacking this hole, but any other wind, that OB on the right really gets in my head. So I decide to stable up and just keep it in bounds.
It's like you put a good move on it.
Yeah.
It's like easier than you think to find that OB left, but if you get any kind of turn like you did on the disc at all, it's usually pretty safe. Mm-hmm. It can be a tricky upshot from there. There's a couple trees in the way, but it should be fairly routine.
Definitely. So I think Rebecca's throwing her trespass.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's like a fusion or biofusion, and she pushes that right side and gets right down to just about circle's edge.
Yeah, we definitely thought it was OB.
Like clapping,
right,
unsure.
But she got the green flag. She actually has a decent look. She's barely outside circle 1, I believe.
Nice.
Paige, of course, is looking to attack. She can reach this probably with a fairway, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's that Undertaker. Nice straight fairway. She gets a good turn on it.
Trusting that flip, and she's inside the circle.
Yep, test her on the elevated pin, but that was an amazing shot. Mm-hmm. This looks like that Roadrunner that she just threw that perfect upshot up on 9.
Yep, and she puts a nice hyzer on it, and it flips up.
Oh, yeah.
So perfect.
Oh, parks it. Wow, way to bounce back. We just saw Kona had some putting woes on hole 9, so awesome to see her just focus and just nail it. This is not an easy hole to park.
No, it's not. And that really shows a true competitor, a true player who can shake it off. Mental game is the hardest part of this game, and she did a good job of shaking it off.
Totally. You found that tree and left yourself with a tester.
I know. I always hit those dang guardian trees.
Right? But hey, you convert, no problem.
Oh, nervous on that one. But I was like, do not take a bogey on this easy hole.
Yeah.
So stoked to walk away with the par. Rebecca's going with a par as well.
Easy birdie.
Yeah, Paige drains it.
Paige Pierce fierce.
Mm-hmm. Kona with a nice tap in.
Also easy birdie.
I think she's birdied it 2 rounds in a row, if I'm correct.
Rebecca with the overhand.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 11. It's 408 feet. It's a par 3. Only really, I think, the top distance throwers in the field are going to be attacking. Cart path left is going to be so difficult to not go out of bounds if you're attacking, so a lot of players will hang it out wide right. There is OB on the right, but it's super difficult to find. You really have to turn one over. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who kind of lays it up. Usually circle 2 is a really common area on the right side. I'm sure this lady's attacking.
Definitely. She has her Zeus, I believe.
Yep.
Rips it on a straight hyzer. Trusting the straight fade and the hard left finish.
Oh, wow. And you see how much you have to risk pushing that OB to get the birdie. So super risk-reward shot. Definitely, it doesn't look like anything crazy, but it sure makes you think, and really strategize.
Kona also with the distance to be able to reach this hole. She trusts her hyzer out wide. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, inside the circle.
That's her go-to destroyer there, 168. That was awesome. Man, two perfect shots the last 2 holes.
I can't really reach this hole, so I'm really not trying to push that skinny, you know, fairway that gets closer to the basket. So I just play it out right and hope for an easy up and down to take a par.
Yeah, that's a really common play. Trespass from Rebecca. Let's see if she attacks.
She throws those really well, nice and straight.
She's playing a little safer than Paige and Kona and gets into circle 2. Just, maybe just shy.
She thought she played it perfect, and then she's like, oh my gosh, it faded a lot more than I thought. And I thought I was going to go be.
Well, she's in bounds.
Yep.
Perfect layup from you.
Looks like Rebecca and I will both be doing the same thing. Just trying to get up and down. So Kona's barely inside the circle. Definitely wants this one. Just a little right. But she's walking away with a par. She's probably not too disappointed.
No. No. Okay. That would have been a heartbreaker.
Just a little low. Let's see if she can recover. Good fix. I actually don't think there were any birdies on this hole.
Not surprising. I honestly doubt that many other players even went for it.
Yeah. Looks like it was the 4th hardest hole.
Yeah.
So we're all walking away with pars. And I believe it was our first star par of the round.
I think you're right.
So we're pretty excited about that. All right, hole 12, 324 feet. This is an uphill par 3. It's kind of tricky. This tall grass on the right is out of bounds. And then there's a golf fairway on the left. The left side's pretty hard to reach going out of bounds. But basically, if you want to attack the hole, you want to throw a flexi shot to make sure you ante in front of this bush, but hyzer out so you don't go out of bounds right.
Yeah, that bush or tree or whatever you want to call it, that shrubbery just is a gravity well that eats discs.
Yeah, and I've bogeyed landing in that tree.
It's dense.
So you really got to commit if you want the birdie on this hole, which Paige does, and she's inside the circle.
Yeah, you really have to turn one over and then trust it to fade back if you want to get inside circle 1.
I think Kona was playing out left on purpose?
Yeah, it's a Star AVR X3. So
Okay.
she's just playing for par. She's not messing with this tree at all, or the OB. Not a bad play. You know, it's super difficult to birdie, so.
I know. I actually considered throwing either my putter or this shot.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that one
Girl.
felt good. This hole, my practice rounds were not very productive on this hole. You know, I just really didn't know what I was going to do. So.
Me too.
Right. It's such a weird hole.
It's gettable, but there's only one way to get there, and it's easy to mess up.
Absolutely. Rebecca plays pretty straight. She'll have probably thrown her harp up just to get her par. I was actually surprised. There are kind of a few 2s on this hole.
Yeah.
More than I anticipated.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
So it definitely played as, let's see, the 3rd or 4th easiest hole.
Yeah, 33% actually birdied it. I think that's just attributed to the low wind. You could really just, it's so much harder to throw that flexi shot when it's windy. So, great conversion. It looked like it was circle's edge. Was it inside?
I think barely inside. Yeah. So
nice.
Good for the C1X stats. She's happy with that birdie.
There it is.
Perfect par
Good
putt.
putt. Should give her some confidence moving forward.
So I'm putting for 2.
Nice.
Super stoked.
Feels so good.
Definitely happy. And Rebecca's tapping in her par. So overall, good hole. 2 birdies, 2 pars. We're walking away happy. All right, there's our UDisc leaderboard check-in. We got Paige still up top. We got Missy moving her way into 2nd place. And me and Kona rounding up the top 4. Just behind us, we have Rebecca, Katrina, Andrea, and Cynthia. And again, we're all pretty close. And big stroke swings can happen on any one of these holes with all the out of bounds. So it's definitely a tight battle. All right, on to hole 13. This hole's 336 feet, par 3. It's pretty reachable for most people. It does play a little uphill, so, you know, I don't know. I'm sure some people birdied it, but there is OB left. There is OB right of that cart path, so it is kind of a tight fairway. You just really want to keep it in bounds and give yourself at least a circle 2 putt for the birdie.
I think that's what most of us end up looking at, is that circle 2.
Mm-hmm. So Paige can reach it no problem.
Yeah.
She's probably got a fairway.
It plays so much farther than 324. It probably plays more like 360.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Paige threw it a little low, comes up a little short, but I think she might be inside the circle.
Yeah, circle's edge, which she just made one of those, so looking good for the bird.
I'm just trying to rip something overstable and get a flex out of it. And I was really nervous on this drive for some reason, even though there was no wind. Just sometimes we can get in our heads, and I threw it pretty low.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm thinking, well, I shanked it, but I still have an opportunity to par.
Yeah, you should have a pretty open look at your par.
Kona, I know, is probably wanting to birdie this, and she has pretty good distance. She hits that tree. That's pretty normal.
I mean, she's still up there at like 45, 50, so she'll have a look at it.
Rebecca's got her trespass again. Throwing hyzer, maybe flirting with the left side, but she hits that tree and keeps it in bounds.
Really a good tree hit, yeah.
So I'm the shortest, and I kind of have that low ceiling, but really it's pretty open, and I chend her and hit the tree. So I'm raging pretty hard, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I still have it's not super far, maybe 40, 45 feet. I can still say my par. Rebecca with a routine forehand. What is that, maybe a harp?
I think that's a Marshall, that white one.
Never mind. Nice.
Oh, I thought that was going to go in for a second.
Off the branch.
Kona will just tap into par.
Lining this up, I really want this putt, so I'm trying to give it a good bid. Just kind of early out of the hand. So pretty not happy. But just moving on. Paige has a good birdie look.
It's just low.
Low.
Missy Gannon with the only birdie on the day. I believe, if I remember correctly, she was just outside the circle, hit a big putt.
Boom.
Yeah.
I think that just shows, like, this hole's pretty hard to reach.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it should be, but it is.
So Rebecca will tap in her par.
Hole 14, it's a 600-foot par 4. We're playing from a shorter tee pad. There is OB way, way left. That cart path doesn't really come into play. OB on the right can easily come into play. You're either going to throw like a flex shot to the left of this group of trees, or some people throw like a straight to hyzer around the right side. If you can land somewhere in this area right here where the drone is, it'll leave you with a pretty short upshot, but this big old tree sure does get in the way. And that fence is OB, so you have to be careful with any kind of hyzer. Definitely very attackable par 4.
Absolutely. So it looks like Paige is going to try to do the roller, playing really aggressive. With the roller, it really brings into play the cart path if she doesn't get enough on it.
Or the fence if you get too much.
Absolutely.
That looks like a great angle.
It does.
Oh, man, look at this distance. What is this? This is it's an Avenger SS. Pretty flippy driver.
Woo.
Oh, man, and she's way up there.
Way up there.
Wow.
So probably pretty easy birdie.
I mean, honestly, even if it goes OB, it'd be an easy par, so it's not a bad play at all. Yeah, nice shot. So here's that kind of right side hyzer line I was talking about. It's best to skip as far to the left like this as you can. The further right you are, the more that fence and that big old tree comes into play on your second shot. That was well executed from Kona.
Now it looks like Rebecca's lining up that same route.
Ballista Pro.
Ooh, nice.
And it's hyzering out a little early, but as long as she misses the tree, she'll be in, good shape here.
Yeah. So I'm trying to throw my understable glidey Ballista Pro. I really like the left side. I just feel like the upshot is a little easier.
It's definitely more open.
I'm trying to put it out wide enough, and I definitely don't.
Oh, wow.
I
That
know.
turned hard.
I know, man. That disc is so touchy, but when I hit it right, it is amazing.
I believe it.
So
I mean, yeah, I've seen you throw it a ton.
So I'm just trying to get a flick out there, and I throw it pretty low, but luckily it hovercrafts.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
It hovered like 2/3 of that distance.
I know.
So, yeah. All right. You should have a pretty easy look at your par. I'm sure disappointing not to be up there for a birdie, but...
Yeah, this is one where I was really like, okay, Paige, birdie this one. You just bogeyed the one before, pick it back up, and unfortunately I wasn't able to execute.
There's that Sargent that Rebecca's been throwing all weekend. Inside the circle is a great forehand.
So Kona has a pretty easy hyzer route. Comes up a little short. That tree tends to, like, be a magnet to discs for some reason.
Yeah, it sure does.
Even though you know the basket's past it, I tend to go towards that tree for some reason.
Boy, that'd be a pretty amazing eagle. Roller's really the only way you're going to get down there for a look at that.
Kona's got an outside the circle birdie look. She gives a good height, but just a little right.
Tester here from Rebecca. Nice. She converts for her birdie.
No problem. Dead center, just over the cage.
Oh, look at that smile.
She's feeling good right now.
There's a couple people in the yard over here that were
Yes.
spectating. It was like maybe 5 of them, and they were really cool, and they just cheered for everybody. It was fun.
Paige with an easy tap-in birdie, and I will take a tap-in par.
Not bad for hitting that kind of first tree. Kona takes the par as well.
Pretty typical. Just pars, maybe a couple birdies.
At Dynamic Discs, we offer affordable custom stamping to help your company, club, event, or tour stand out from the rest. We can use your own design, or we'll work with you to design a stamp that captures the tone of your event. We'll get your discs stamped quickly and on their way within 3 weeks. If you're ordering for an event, you may qualify for one of our sponsorship tiers as well. Discs are listed at our best pricing with a minimum 50 disc order with a 10 disc minimum per mold. We have junior and mini discs available as well. For all the information you need, head over to dynamicdiscs.com or email custom@dynamicdiscs.com.
Thank you so much to the sponsors of this event and this coverage by GK Pro. It's so cool to have so much more coverage of FPO this year.
Absolutely. So we're moving on to hole 15. This hole is 360 feet, par 3. It's pretty reachable. It's downhill, so it plays a little shorter. There is a cart path left if you hyzer out early, and there is that golf fairway right if you turn it over that's out of bounds. So a lot of us are just trying to attack. We can birdie this. We can reach it.
Absolutely. Yeah, everyone can reach it, but it takes pretty much full power from all of us.
Yeah.
Paige is early.
Yeah, right out of her hand, she was like, oh, crap. She's like, hit a tree, and unfortunately didn't. So she'll actually proceed to a drop zone that's going to be a lot further back than where she crossed out.
Oh. It's drop zone for any drive that's OB?
Yes. We read the caddy book. So
I guess I didn't realize that.
Rebecca gets a good move on it. She's just outside circle 1, it looks like, so she'll have a good birdie look. Kona can definitely reach this hole. She's looking to birdie.
Little wide. We'll see if this can fight back. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, she's actually a little deep.
35-footer?
Yep, I'm throwing an Air Ballista Pro, just trying to flex it, and I don't really commit to my flex line, so I'm like, please sit, please sit, please sit. And it stayed in bounds. So.
Are you inside circle 2?
I don't think so. Yeah, it was pretty not good. So very disappointed, but whatever, I can par. So this is Paige's third.
Relatively difficult drop zone. I mean, that shot's not that hard, but I mean, there's no way you're saving a par, and bogey's definitely in play from there. Or, sorry, double bogey.
Yep. So I'm just outside circle 2, and I just pitch it up.
You look really happy about
Right.
it.
Just feel like a noodle, you know. So Becca's giving this a good run. She just hits the cage.
Oh, man, I thought she had it.
I did too. It looked
That
pretty good.
focus on her face.
Kona with the last opportunity for a birdie.
Yanks it a little right. 2 birdies on the day. I got to see them both.
Oh.
Missy Gannon and Cynthia Ricciotti.
Nice. Both good throwers and good putters, so totally makes sense. Congrats to them. So we got 3 pars and 1 bogey. It's kind of surprising. Was Paige the only bogey, I think?
Let's see. Yeah, actually, she was. That is a rare
Right.
occurrence. But she's got a few strokes to give, considering she's 13 down for the event, 6 under on the round. Missy putting together an awesome back 9. She's 4 under. Yeah, like you said, it's pretty tight. Everyone's a little closer to par today.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to see who ends up on the lead card for the next round.
Definitely.
Hole 16, infamous island hole. There is no wind, just about. I mean, there's a little bit, but comparatively to most of the time you play this hole, so I think we'll see everybody attack. Putter's really common, mid is common, fairway driver even. You can lay up short to the right near the drop zone, but it's not the easiest shot to make from there. It's kind of like an awkward in between a jump putt and a throw, and that big tree hanging down also gets in the way.
Yeah, definitely tricky no matter how you play it. Looks like a compass, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, she hyzers it a bit too much, and it's close, but not quite.
Looks like she just didn't commit, and that can happen on this hole. You know,
Cool.
turning it over.
Forehand. This is her destroyer.
Yeah, very interesting, scary play.
Yeah, I've actually always wanted to see someone do this. Man, she is long. Dang. At least she'll get it back.
Yeah, but she's definitely confident. She trusted it, turned it over, put it out wide, just a little too deep.
A little too strong.
So I'm taking advantage of the lack of wind and just trying to rip my putter.
Nice.
So I'm just like, go,
This
get
is
there, get
good.
there.
Yeah. Such a good feeling to make the island.
My heart was racing.
I believe it.
So really stoked to even be inbounds. I'd happily take a 3 on this hole because 4s happen quick.
I know. It's a 2 or a 4 pretty much. Crystal Fierce from Paige. That's turning so nice. Wow.
It looked like it was going to ace. We were all surprised that it didn't even hit basket.
I thought it might hyzer out, and then it just kept turning. That looked great.
Yep. So Rebecca's playing from the drop zone. She'll
There's that
toss her deputy.
Awkward putt / throw. It can get to some people. You don't want to throw it too hard and leave yourself a putt, but it's really easy to fluff it short.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a good putt.
Definitely. So I'm tapping in a birdie. Super
Yeah.
stoked to walk away with that.
That's awesome. Such a good feeling.
Paige with a death putt. And she hit the band, so she's definitely running it and definitely committed.
A rare 3 on this hole.
Yep.
There were 4 birdies on the day and 5 bogeys. So pretty good hole. Played almost exactly to par.
I think it's a good women's hole. It's not too long. It's definitely attackable, but the water is just terrifying. So
Sure is. I skipped off it like twice to make the island.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, 17. This is a par 5, 774 feet. Probably one of the hardest holes on the course. There's OB left on that tall grass. You can see the white flags. There is a golf green on the right that's OB, and you got to deal with the low ceiling on your drive. So you want to throw something straight, maybe a fairway or slower disc. Your upshot, it's really weird. It really depends on where you land.
It's so strange, for sure.
Definitely a par 5 though. You have to throw 3 pretty good shots to get yourself a birdie look.
Yeah, it's possible. If you get 2 good shots off, you're definitely hungry for the birdie, but happy with the par.
Definitely.
Let's see.
So I'm throwing a flatter Ballista Pro with my whale sack stamped. Shout out to Eric and Tina. Barely safe.
I'm surprised you went Ballista Pro off the tee.
That one doesn't have a lot of like deviation.
Okay.
Just kind of goes straight.
Fair enough.
It's really old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's that first run, Paige Pierce Undertaker. She throws that super straight. Heiser's a little OB.
Yeah.
Dang it. Man, it looks so good, too.
I know, it's so close. Just that downhill at the end that really caused your disc to fade a little more left.
I think, so there's a Mando way far to the right. I think it's smart to kind of push the right side. Like, even if you hit a tree, you're safe. Mm-hmm. So that's a pretty common play. Rebecca's short on her tee shot, but at least she's safe.
Just a little low, and when players aren't confident, typically they'll throw low, and that can happen.
Oh, and that never really had a chance.
Yeah, just a little misfire.
Dang. Yeah, this is the 3rd most difficult hole on the course. You can see why. I mean, it's a difficult tee shot throwing uphill, and there's stuff on your right, and there's tight OB on your left. And then if you do manage to stay in bounds, oh, that's a lucky tree hit. There's that weird kind of island that you throw across, that golf green. I actually landed in a spot where the pin of the golf hole was literally directly in front of me, and I had to throw around it.
Whoa.
It's so strange.
Really strange. This is like one of the awkwardest holes, I think, on tour.
Definitely. Was that Kona who just went OB again?
Yeah.
Bummer.
So I had a headwind.
Wow.
And
You're
I wanted,
ripping it.
Yeah, just trying to crank something over stable. I had no idea what to do. Again, just a really awkward layout.
Yeah, but a lot of people can't even attack over the green on their second shot, so you're way up there looking at a birdie.
Yes, very stoked to at least have an easy par.
This is an interesting shot, too. I never really thought about cutting the corner this much. I kind of just try to play out straight twice with a fairway and then have a really weird upshot on the third shot.
I was like, is that even safe? Like, I've never seen that part of the green.
Yeah.
Or the fairway.
The safe area wraps around like a horseshoe around the golf green. It's strange.
Paige hits a tree not too far ahead of her. She's pretty disappointed.
Is she throwing 5 here with the OB?
Yes. She threw a great shot, trusted it over the out of bounds, and she has a good up and down.
So that's an outside circle 2 look to save her bogey, so it'll probably be a double. Hard to swallow. Let's see. That is, I think, another Zeus from Paige, and she parks it.
Definitely. I thought that was a fairway. It looks like a fairway. She has like an orange, bursty looking one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I guess
either, but she uses it a lot.
Okay.
And you can see why, because she literally put it like an inch from the pole.
Yeah, it was a good recovery from her initial OB shot. And that's Rebecca's harp.
So Paige will actually have a tap in par again after throwing OB.
Right.
Kona has this up and down for her 6, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, it's looking like a 7.
So I had to deal with kind of a low branch on my upshot, so I threw it a little short, and I had this tester putt.
Birdie.
Woo, so stoked.
Yeah, girl. That's the only birdie on the day.
Ooh.
Good work.
Thank you. Very stoked, especially coming off a birdie on 16. I was like, come on, finish strong, like make up a good push. And I wasn't looking at scores at the time.
Yeah, I don't really like looking at scores. Yeah, great way to have some momentum going into the final hole. Kona, Rebecca, Paige, all cleaning up. That's a good par save from Paige.
Definitely.
All right, and we've reached our last hole, 18. It is 381 feet. You got to carry over this water. Ladies are going to throw either a straight shot or they might push this like bushy tree on the right. You guys have the power to get up there for a putt A lot of us are just happy to get across and lay up for a birdie, or sorry, a par. The birdie's really tough on this one, but gettable with a perfect shot.
Definitely. I'm just trying to keep it in bounds and try to get the full flex. For some reason, I keep shorting my layups on this hole. You know, I'm not really sure why, so I'm just trying to get as far as I can.
Yeah, fair enough. You got way up there. They were firing off like a cannon. What were they doing?
I think there were fireworks.
Fireworks?
Something like that.
Every time we reached hole 18, or anyone reached hole 18, there was a loud boom, and it was really confusing at first until you got to the tee of 18 and was like, oh, that's for us.
Right. I remember when it first went off, me and Kona, like, jumped.
I know.
Scared the crap out of us.
Can you believe how long Paige just threw that?
I know. We thought it might have been OB long, but she kept it in bounds. She'll have a tester comebacker.
Jeez. It's like 430
something ridiculous.
feet, man. Rebecca, nice and safe. I'd say that's absolutely the typical play here.
Definitely.
Just make sure you're across and then take a layup par.
Kona definitely has the distance to get herself a putt. So she's looking to attack. Looks like just straight hyzer the whole way. Maybe she was playing it safe. Maybe it didn't flip up. Can't really tell, but she'll probably have easy 3.
Yep, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you make it across the water on this one, you're going to be pretty happy.
So Rebecca's laying up with her Marshall.
Good little jump putt. Kind of bad reaction, but she's 20 away. There you go.
Pitching up, again coming up a little shorter than I want. I don't understand why I can't get it close, but...
Well, I don't know. I've seen people hit the tower and roll away, so...
Yeah.
You're what? You're like 15 feet? Not even? 12
Yeah.
feet? You're fine.
I still get in my head.
You're
you know?
fine. It is really awkward. Actually, I was like too close to it. That putting normal, good run. Putting normal wasn't really possible, but an overhand, like slam dunk, was too far.
Awkward.
I went back and forth like 3 times. I felt so dumb.
Well, perfect dead center connection for Kona. She picked herself back up after a couple of oopsies there.
Yeah, she had a great back 9. Really solid. Rebecca. She'll be probably thinking about that the rest of the day.
Yep. Tapping her bogey.
Rebecca played, pretty solid. What'd she end up at, like 2 over or something?
I think so. 2 over for the day.
That, yeah.
Yep.
Where'd you end up for the round?
3 under.
Nice.
Yeah, I felt really good about it.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Till the end. That's so solid.
Well, that wraps up the back 9 of the round 2 of the Dynamic Discs Open. Paige is 13 down going into round 3. We got Kona at +6, myself at -1, and Rebecca at +5. I believe we had a shake up in the leaderboard, correct?
We definitely did, yeah. So, Missy and, is it Kat?
Katrina, yep.
Yeah, are joining you and Paige for the final round.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching round 2. Make sure to tune in for round 3. It'll be an exciting finish. I know Paige has a decent lead, but it's supposed to be really windy for round 3. So.
And it's really tight. I mean, 2 through 6 is all, within, 7 strokes. So,
yeah, so
anything can happen.
Interesting. Absolutely. So, again, thank you to the Disc Golf Pro Tour, Dynamic Discs, and GK Pro for sponsoring this coverage. We're excited to watch the women and come back for round 3. My name's Paige Shue.
And I'm Erica Stinchcomb.
And we'll see you next round.